Good morning, Northern Michigan, and welcome to Friday Faceoff here on Up North Sports Radio 101.1 WGRY. We are sponsored by our good friends at TVCAirport.com, and we'll be talking to Kevin Klein. Kevin was so weirded out that we didn't call him last week. Rich Calkins and legendary marathon paddler Jeff Kolka joining me in studio. Jeff and Rich were famously part of our first Pros and Joes, a controversial Pros and Joes.
Highly controversial.
Right, highly, exactly.
On both teams' parts.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Still waiting for a determination from the judge.
There was no jumping.
They don't want to touch that one.
No, they don't.
Hey, I plead ignorance to all of this. We don't have room for you, sir. You're going to have to get out. Okay. Thank you for listening. Jesus. Anyways, so Rich is retired from paddling after that affair, whether he was didn't want to be part of any neffarity.
That's a good one.
He
gave his all last year.
He gave his all.
He gave his all. Matter of fact, if I'd have let him go, it might have been a different story, but I held him back.
Yeah.
He was like a stallion raring to go last year.
He was a stallion. And so Bill Tarango and myself will be back in the canoe this coming Wednesday at 4:30 down at Penrod's.
4:30? Okay.
And you're going to have a new partner this year.
Yeah. Yep. A paddler, a gal named Mara Brigham, and she's never paddled before or...
Well, she's paddled before because you've been training her.
Well, 2 times we went out, all right? She's never sat in a racing canoe. She's never did anything like that. But she got in a racing canoe. She said she's not very athletic, and she's never did stuff. But all of a sudden, I put her in a canoe, and for not being very athletic, or she's never played sports and stuff like that, she was quite capable of doing stuff, and I think she's got some natural talent for doing a lot of things.
Well, when we ended last year's race, Jeff, we went to Spike's. And we had a couple beers, and we were talking about this, and we wanted to, change it up a little bit. Mara happened to be with us at the table, and I think that's where the seed first got started. We talked about maybe putting dogs in the canoes for the race.
Yeah.
Virginia Parker has joined us. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Thanks for joining us, and thanks for being part of the Pros and Joes this year.
I'm so excited.
So are we.
Yeah.
How did you wrangle up this young lady?
Well, it's a long story. Clear down to Texas type thing. But anyways,
right.
I got to know Virginia from coming up here and doing stuff, and we've paddled together a few times ourselves and stuff.
Oh,
like
okay.
That. Yeah. Virginia's a very well-renowned paddler down in Texas.
Right.
She's did very well in the Texas Water Safari. She's won it a few times, I think, in her divisions and stuff like that, and set some maybe even records, I think, probably. She's pretty good about. She's a sleeper. She acts like real innocent, but she's got this other side of her that just changes over. And I'm not going to mention names, but I know about it.
Judy. It's Judy.
And it's great, though, anyways.
Well, I know you work.
She's very competitive and does a great job.
What is it, the San Marcos River Conservancy?
It's the San Marcos River Foundation. That's my job. I protect the river down in Texas, and I love it.
Now, so we had the Texas River Safari just about a month ago now? Mm-hmm. And your partner was in that race this year.
Yes, and she is now the youngest female soloist to complete the Texas Water Safari.
So
Adelaide that's amazing.
Unfortunately, Adelaide couldn't join us. I know she's on her way here.
Yes.
But she won't be on the show with us, but she's ready to go.
She's excited.
Yep. Now, she has not paddled the marathon before?
She has twice with her dad.
Okay, that's right, yeah.
And she was a little bit younger, so she's really excited now that she has a little bit more experience. So our only goal is to have fun this year.
Okay.
And
but the competition, like Jeff said, will kick in.
A little bit.
Okay.
But we're going to try and just have the goal of having fun and not flipping and just having a great, very smooth.
And then if you have good
finishing the race within the allotted time, we want to do that. We want to have an official finish.
Yes.
And they also might be setting a record for the women's for adult youth and the women's division maybe too. I'm not sure.
I don't think there's ever been an adult youth women's team. So if we finish,
Really?
it's kind of a low bar.
Yeah,
You know?
but the thing is like we'll have to get a hold of Ryan Matthews. He probably could come up with us for that pretty quick.
He confirmed it.
Did he?
Okay,
there
well,
you
there you
go.
go.
If he confirmed it, you're in then.
I mean,
If
right?
you guys just got to finish it, then you got it. Good job.
No holes in the boat. That's
Look,
their goal.
Jeff,
Oh,
make
there you
sure
go.
make sure you talk into the mic.
Oh, sorry about
no,
that.
No, it's okay. But we are on radio, and if they,
yeah.
They can't
That's
see
the
us.
other
Okay,
thing.
you are on video
And
right
video
now.
too, they tell me. I didn't know
Okay,
this.
we're on.
They said
We're
we
on.
were on last year.
If you want to see Virginia or Jeff, please don't look at me. You can go to our Up North Sports Radio Facebook page.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I think we'll put some footage of this, at least the start and the finish of this coming race. So, as before you walked in, we last year was just Jeff and Rich versus Bill and I.
Right.
And we wanted to add. So now we have all the blendings of whatever the race can be. Right. We have a mixed team.
Right.
We have an all-women's team, and then we have a pro and Joe, Bill and I. So we're looking forward to it. But I think it looks like these gals are going to kick our butts.
It wouldn't surprise me a bit if they do.
Yeah.
But at the same
We're
time,
gonna
it
have
is what
some
it
fun.
is.
Yeah,
We're
we're
gonna
going to
have
have some
some fun.
fun.
Yep.
We're raising some money for the Sabo Valley Animal Shelter, so
Awesome.
that'll be cool too. I want to give a shout out to our sponsor Fago. They'll be giving away. They're donating some of the money to the animal shelter already, and then they're giving away free soda pop to everybody that comes down. We'll be mingling around. We'll get down there about 4 o'clock, and then jump in the river at 4:30 and paddle to Burton's Landing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
And 9 and 10 News is going to be covering this. I'll be on their morning show on Monday.
Nice.
To talk about it. And so, what is Virginia? What is your experience? You've been this is your third marathon.
Yes. So
Okay.
Addie and I both are on the same page there.
Okay.
So that's exciting. And I haven't done it since 2021. So
Oh.
it's been a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I was trying to look you up, and I didn't know then because I just figured you paddled last year.
Yeah.
And couldn't find you on the.
Well, I was under my married name at that time, so my
Okay.
name has changed. So that might be
That's
it
fair.
as well. Yeah.
So when you paddled in the past, was it with another gal or mixed teams?
Yes. So
oh,
both times I went with Caitlin Giral.
Okay.
And she's a beast. We had so
Yeah.
much fun. We learned a lot that first year.
Sure.
And our number one lesson was have fun. And we just felt better the whole second race because of that mentality.
That's great.
So that would be my message to anyone doing a marathon for the first time is just have fun. It
Mm-hmm.
really makes it a better race.
Yeah, it's really easy to get
It
jacked
doesn't
up at the
seem
beginning
fun
of
to
it.
me,
Well, it's really easy to get jacked up because there's so much energy in the air and stuff from the
especially
crowds.
the start.
that-
Yeah,
that-
the start of the
you
race.
You
yeah.
get jacked up, the adrenaline's flowing, and
Yeah.
you go all out really, really hard, and then the next thing you know, you go out of juice, man.
Right,
Well, you're
you
not
hit the
making-
wall, right?
Right,
Yeah.
because you got a long ways to go, and you just used up almost all your energy just because you were so jacked and so excited you want to do well.
Yeah.
But it's not the first 2 hours, not the first 6 hours. It's the whole thing. It's 15 plus hours on most teams. I mean,
And you don't make the right decisions when you're not thinking straight either.
Uh-huh.
So the calmer you can be, I think the better your choices are, and that just sets you up for a better race overall.
control.
But you have a very enthusiastic 18-year-old who's you're going to probably have to pull the reins on her.
Oh man, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
She's so excited. It's going to be a good time.
Good.
So you've raced the Texas Safari race a lot, which is a completely different race than
Yes.
what the marathon is.
Right.
Yes.
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 I love
So
it.
so how did that all come about? Like like you've been probably racing in that race for what?
Since 2010.
Okay. And then, as most paddlers do, whether you come from Texas or Canada or whatever, you've raced in some of the other races, then you go like, well, I got to check out the marathon. Is
Yeah.
that pretty much how that works?
Yeah, so I heard about the marathon for the first time in 2012 down in Belize, ironically.
In Belize?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Because Billy T and Nick Walton were down there with us, and they were talking about this crazy race up in Michigan.
Oh,
and
Nick Walton's been in a few of them.
I know, right? So
Nick.
we heard about it back then, But I didn't actually come up to Michigan until 2016.
Oh, okay.
Just to check it out. And it was just, I mean, you
So the
fall in
first year
love-
you came up,
Yeah.
you didn't paddle?
No.
You just.
I just
okay.
fell in love with the river.
Oh,
That
awesome.
year,
Yeah.
Right?
That's
an easy thing to do.
Yeah,
know.
no doubt about it, especially as a paddler, right?
Yes.
You're like, this isn't like Texas.
Right. Yeah, the water's moving here. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it's starting to slow down a little bit because, but a couple of weeks ago, guys have been like never seen the river faster right now.
Right.
This time of the year, it's not. I don't recall it this high. I mean,
Right.
because this spring, what we had, basically all the watersheds filled right up to the max. And as long as we keep getting rain, it's taking a while for it to drop down. I mean, we'll see in the
I've never
next
seen
week
it
or
that
two.
high in the drop-in, which I think is going to be great for the start.
Well,
I hope
it's
so.
going to be good for a lot of paddlers, period. I mean,
Yep.
because it's going to make things a lot easier. Unless we have just some straight, really hot days, like 2 weeks of really hot days, and it'll start dropping. We'll see it drop maybe next week when we get some hot weather, if we don't have some rain again for a while. But we've been getting just enough rain, I think, to keep the coffers kind of filled in the swamps and
We
stuff.
got another
so it's
inch
still
or
coming up.
so in the last,
See,
day
that's
and a
what I'm saying.
half.
So we're
yeah.
still getting that. Normally we wouldn't be getting it the last few years, and it starts dropping.
Right.
When it drops, I mean, that's good for the fast teams.
Well,
that are
what's
light.
interesting to me is we're pretty used to floods down in Texas, but y'all really don't experience that very often because of all the sand.
Right.
And so it's interesting to see how the channels have changed slightly.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of new, I think, for the paddlers up here, and that's been fun to see.
And I've heard, when I was talking to Bill, he's been down the river a few times, like the storms have washed out a lot of trees, but then the
Yes.
river's really different this year.
Yes, what little I did get to paddle, I paddled with Virginia earlier this year. It's the only real training I had in, just so you know that. But Virginia and I took off
I've been
from
in
her
the
house.
canoe once
I took her
since
house
last year,
and
okay?
From Virginia's house down to McMaster's, and there was places that had changed in a way that I was just like, wow, I haven't seen this happen before. But like she said, we generally don't get flood stage stuff.
No.
We move stuff around too often. I think one time one guy had mentioned to me that the Sable and Manistee are like two of the most stable river systems in the world or something. Somebody had told me that once, and I didn't believe him, but I kind of do because of the way the system's set up. We have a lot of sand like Virginia
Yeah,
said.
and well, after the storms, I remember Rich coming in, when we had not only the storm, but all the snow and ice melt all at the same time. And
Yes.
the river, if somebody had run the race that week,
And lived.
Usually takes 15 hours, is a
Right.
great time. You could have done the race in 6.5 hours.
Yeah, and
I
that-
mean, that's just mind-boggling.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is, and
Yeah.
that's also telling you how dangerous it could have been too. I mean, but it would have been fun to maybe think about it.
Well, it still wouldn't have been, doing the Colorado Rapids, but
It'd be kind of like it in some ways.
yeah, maybe in some ways. So, but that's great, Virginia. The one other question I have for you, as we've gotten to so many teams, the start of the race gets a little.
Dicey.
Yeah, it does. We saw a couple years ago. I'm trying to remember the paddler that got hit in the head with a canoe.
Oh, yeah.
Keith Gabe and I were there, and we were worried about that because they shorten the area that guys are getting into the river where they put the stop sign at, and you've got 40 or 50 teams all going in at a few minutes, and that paddler ended up having
A concussion
a
almost.
concussion, and they had to pull him off
Yeah.
the river. So how do you navigate that?
So I think for us, Caitlin's in my second year, we were putting in the water really early.
As soon as you come around the
As
corner,
soon as we
yeah.
could. I'm not a land animal. I'm meant to be in the water. So we got in right away, and then a boat got, sideways in front of us, and you just kind of have to be patient. I mean, if you're not
Yeah.
at the front of the pack and that, 0.5 seconds doesn't matter, it's just better to be smart about it.
Well-
Really take your time and be very intentional about your lines.
Well, like you emphasized before, the thing is to try to have a little bit of fun with it. The start is not the race, all right? It's part of the race. For the elite teams, yes, that's more important for them guys for strategic stuff.
Right.
The rest of the teams, when I paddled with my niece in 2021, whatever it was.
Naomi. Yeah, that
Naomi,
was-
yes. And the trick was, our goal was to put in without being hurt or damaging equipment.
Exactly.
Right.
So take your time. There's a big drop from the dock down into the river nowadays. So just take your time, get in clean, and then try to minimize it. And then you go down there, you start sorting stuff out.
Right.
But right there at the beginning, why train for a year or years, and then you could lose it all in just a matter of seconds because of a bad mistake and do stuff. Everybody should be taken care. Everybody should respect everybody else as best you can. I mean, you're going to have the main entourage of the, like I said, the elite teams. The top 10 or better.
And some of
but
that
even
gets,
then, they got to be careful too. Then
yeah,
but it's getting spaced enough.
It's the first 3 minutes. The teams that gets a little dangerous, but plus you add in the factor of 8,000 people screaming at the top of their lungs.
Yeah.
And I understand where the adrenaline factor comes in, but whether a boat gets sideways, a couple of boats go in, they get flipped before everybody can get in the canoe. That's not the easiest thing. That's why I couldn't get in when we first started this last year. I'm a little bigger. I couldn't get in a C2. It was not.
Oh, you
I
fit.
tipped it over for
you fit. You fit.
It
You just didn't
like
keep
a coffin.
You didn't keep the round side down is all. But no,
So
the start
Billy
is
and I will
important.
be in a different canoe, so I don't.
Perfect.
The start's very important to put in, even for the elite teams, and also some people don't realize it too. But if you damage somebody else's equipment, you can be disqualified, I believe. So you've got to keep that in mind too.
That sounds like
it's part of it's an etiquette thing.
Yeah.
It's an etiquette thing, and for the most part, paddlers are pretty good about that.
I think it's a really respectful group in general.
For the most part, yeah.
And so the adrenaline doesn't help, but typically, if you bump into someone, you apologize and everyone understands it wasn't intentional.
Right.
And, I'd say it's a good group of people to be ping-ponging with.
That's for sure. I think that the society of paddlers, you see each other, during practices on the river. I mean, Bill and I ran into a couple of paddlers when we were out practicing the other day on Lake Marguerite, which a lot of teams a lot of teams were
Wednesday
sprinting
nights,
out there, and so it's just very exciting to have a couple of ladies to calm down the testosterone, but that came
Sometimes
up
it raises it. But
I know. Hopefully we have the intended effect, right?
We'll figure it all out on Wednesday.
will.
Okay.
We will.
So, Jeff Kolka, Virginia Parka, thanks for joining us here on Friday Faceoff, and thanks for being part of the Pros and Joes. We'll be doing that beginning at 4 o'clock at Penrod's Canoe Livery.
to Burton's.
Yes, on Wednesday the 15th, and thanks to Fago, and please come out, bring a couple of bucks for the Asabo Valley Animal Shelter, and we're going to have some fun.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for inviting us.
No, thank you so much. We'll be back after these words from our fine partners on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Face-Off, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Welcome back to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio. It's time for Destination MLB. How about them Tigers?
Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Wow.
Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. Kev, we took a week off, and look where the Tigers are now the best team in baseball.
Okay, well, then we should end the call now.
Tell us the destinations and let's get out.
All right, there you go. Well, let's look forward here. L.A., they're playing on the 17th. That's $5.54. That's a great price still for the West Coast.
$5.54 for L.A., yeah.
Yeah, last minute. That's pretty awesome. The Cubs, a little more expensive, about $700. But coming
That's crazy.
back against
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a little pricey. But going at the Athletics in Sacramento at $384.
Do you fly into Sacktown?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
You're going right in there. So
All
that's
right.
$384. That's awesome. That's awesome.
There's no doubt about it. And Sacramento, is a kind of a not known Northern California destination. It's a cool little town, and then it's a 2 hours to Tahoe. It's 90 minutes to San Francisco and the wine country. So it's a kind of a cool tipping off point if you want to see the Tigers for cheap going out west, and doing a few fun things in Northern California.
Absolutely. 384, and that's on United. And so, yeah, looking for later against Kansas City, 309.
Wow, that's cheap
and
too.
so, yeah. Cleveland, 279. So we've got some great trips coming up that are fairly inexpensive. Now, I have to have been watching the All-Star game prices, and they are a little pricey, but they're dropping. And so we saw that it was over $800.
Philly? Where's the All-Star game this year? Philadelphia, right?
Philadelphia.
Yeah,
yep, it's in Philadelphia, and that's dropped to $733. So
okay.
I would say that's probably going to drop a little bit more as we get closer, just because I think that's what's happening in that market right now. I think that after the heat wave, people kind of are hold on, but now they know it's coming back, so it's dropping. And then your other one that we've been watching is your Detroit Lions over in Germany. That's down to $844. Remember when we first talked about it was $950.
Yeah, it's dropped about $100.
So get ready to go on that. I think that's a great price right now. So I'm telling everybody, if you're looking to go see the Lions play, going to Europe for the $850 is amazing.
No, to see the Lions, and then and of course you're going to go for a week or so. And, a trip of a lifetime, for sure.
Absolutely. And so then, last but not least, our World Cup, even though we're out, we're not in it, at least we had a good showing this year. You can go to New York for $515. You can go to Kansas City for $489. Miami, $391. Dallas, a little more expensive at about $800, but some hot tickets, and head down to Miami for that one if you want to see some ocean views.
And then Kevin Klein from TVC Airport, you want to give us a construction update? Because, man, those guys are cranking.
They are. We're on schedule. We're doing all kinds of things. So foundations and footings have gone in.
Yep.
We're getting ready to see piers start popping out of the ground here in the next couple of weeks. So that is happening. All the utilities are going in. Storm water drainage is happening. So, yeah, it is just kicking butt on that project. Our Chrisman team is awesome. Our team standing, so we can't thank them enough to all our Northern Michigan.
I was going to say, almost all the contractors and subcontractors are Northern Michigan, so we know it's going to be built properly.
You got it. It's going to be built to withstand our harsh conditions in the winter and our fun conditions in the summer.
Kevin Klein, where do we find all these great airfares?
You can get them at tvcairport.com.
Thank you, partner. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye-bye. All right, there you go. Gordon Miller joining us after a spirited paddling debate. Rich, I'm sure you're glad to be out of that zoo, although we'll see how the ladies, if they calm the waters there.
Right, yeah, exactly. No, it'll be a lot of fun. Again, this coming Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, we weren't sure. We had a lot of different things at play. I actually thought Chris Isendorf and his wife were going to do it. They're going up to Schwinnigan to see the legend.
Is that right?
Yeah, so they're paddling up in in Canada.
Really, with Serge Corbin?
Serge Corbin.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess they're getting a couple of canoes from him, and
yeah.
So I talked to Chris. I don't know if we talked about this on the air. You don't need your headphones on now.
But he coming off the Texas Water Safari win.
Yeah. So Chris is now I believe the only guy to ever win all 3 phases of the race, because you can race in a team.
Okay.
And he's won it solo.
Yeah.
There's 2 different ways to race as a team too. So, yeah, kudos to him. And as you heard, Virginia's partner is the youngest lady to ever compete to finish the Texas Safari race, Adelaide Rolls, as a solo.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
That sure is, because I mean there's some crazy waters in that water safari,
and there's some overnights.
Yeah,
and, yeah, it's a 100% different race than the canoe marathon
for sure.
But welcome to what.
Speaking of races, we have a pennant race.
We have a pennant race. What do we have to say? I mean, who was the most severe critic of the Tigers a few weeks ago? Was it me? Was it Rich? Or was it Gordon?
Wasn't me. I texted you guys and said we're sweeping the Yankees.
Okay.
That's true. You did say that.
I did, because, as you had pointed out, as bad as they were playing and as bad as everything looked at that moment, baseball being baseball, as Brad Ausmus would always say, you sweep the Yankees, you win the next series, you sweep the A's, and now you sweep the Phillies, and you're right back in it.
You know what? We'll see if we sweep the Phillies.
That's for sure.
That's a baseball team.
It is.
It's going to be a fantastic bellwether of where this Tigers team is at, because the Phillies, I like the Phillies better than I like the Dodgers. Now, who has a better baseball team, that's another matter.
Right.
But I would love to see the Phillies and the Dodgers battle it out and maybe see the Phillies into the World Series this year. The Braves are starting to fall out. Everything is so fluid in baseball. And
it is.
The injuries that are happening. The Twins now are playing good baseball, and the Guardians are falling apart. And
they have nothing without Ramirez.
Yeah.
They have nothing.
No, their batting average has dropped
It's
like
horrible.
35 points.
It's horrible.
In 3 weeks.
And their rookies aren't hitting anymore either. You
No.
weren't going to get consistent full seasons out of
And
Delotti.
that's starting to happen to the White Sox now, too.
Right.
Yep.
And the White Sox don't have any starting pitching.
Yeah.
I mean,
Davis Martin's about
But
it.
speaking of those Phillies, what a weird team. I mean, they're 10 games above 500, but they're -9 run differential. Figure that one out. I mean, that's why.
They've been lit up some games. Their bullpen is now
Hey,
been
Schwarber's having an
terrific.
unbelievable year, but Bryce Harper, not so much.
No, not
and
at
the
all.
bottom half of that Phillies lineup is all sub-200 hitters. So it's a very top-heavy lineup, and when Harper doesn't hit, they really have some serious. I mean, you got Schwarber at the top
and
of the lineup.
Realmuto isn't. He's not hitting much either. I mean, it's going to be an interesting series, and it's the return of Dave Dombrowski to Detroit, and
Is he coming?
I would assume he would.
Really?
Gordon's going to be there, so
I will be there tonight and Sunday, and if Dave's there, I will hunt him down.
say
Okay.
hello.
Say hello to
I will do that. We used to pick up Landon on Saturday mornings, and my son played travel ball with Dave's son.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. So they great family, great family really, but it's Dave's so approachable and so down to earth and
Nice.
Boy, I didn't know how badly Aaron Nola is pitching so far this year. My
He's
tonight's ace is not an ace.
3-6 and a 5.87 ERA.
Yes.
Flaherty's ERA is a whole point lower than. I mean, it's crazy, but I mean, Flaherty's last 3 outings has been as good as he's ever pitched in his life. So you keep that going on,
right?
And you know things are starting to trend in the right way when Jake Rogers goes homer in 2 games. And some guy, who was it?
Valencia, Eduardo Valencia.
Eduardo Valencia.
How about that? One of the most 8 years in the minor leagues.
Goes yard.
Came and
Straight
go
away
in his
center.
very first at bat, and
425 feet.
he was injured so bad 5 years ago. He really considered giving up baseball.
Yeah.
He was going to be done, but he stuck it through, and so that's why he was so emotional on the post-game interview. It was just really cool to see.
And the whole Venezuela.
Yeah, the whole exactly.
Well, yeah,
with what's going on there.
Venezuelan baseball players are all very, very concerned.
Oh,
yeah.
you
You saw the Dodger catcher made his debut, and the day before they found his sister's body and his stepmother's body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
His little sister, and they had waited for this moment forever.
Yeah.
You can't even fathom how you focus on baseball at that point with
Oh,
everything going on back
exactly.
home.
Right.
That's crazy, but it's a great story. It's nice to see Jemai Jones finally get a break because you couldn't keep putting him out there.
No, it was no, because
what
it was
break did he
brutal.
get? Was he released? from
Outright
baseball
release,
completely?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah, that's Gordo's break.
DFA. So
Yeah.
if he goes somewhere else, gets a chance to play every day, or just goes back to Toledo. I mean, he wasn't bad last year, but he's been really bad this
I
year.
do not believe he has a career as a hitting instructor.
No.
So
And he was
Marcus Thames did. I don't know that Marcus Thames was.
I
great,
think Marcus Thames
but
had close to
did it.
100 bombs in the major leagues.
did
So,
a little bit.
And
Jemai
Coach-
Jones does
Does
not have
not.
100 bombs in them.
he does not.
Do you remember when Barry Bonds was a hitting coach, and everybody thought, "Oh my God, you can't teach that though."
Yeah, he's
That's
got
right.
so
That's
much
why-
natural.
we
That's
talk-
why
we talk
the
about
best
that.
players
That's why
don't make
Magic
good
Johnson
coaches.
was
just
an
gonna say.
awful coach.
Exactly.
We talk about
Because
that
what
with the
comes
NBA all
natural
the
for
time.
them is not so natural for everyone
Larry
else.
Isaiah
Bird,
and Magic. No,
Larry-
Bird did a good job.
No, Bird did do a
Bird
good
did a
job.
good job.
One of the
All right.
few,
Yeah.
elite players was a good coach.
There's no doubt about it. Those that can't do teach.
That's
and those
right.
that can't teach Jim.
That's why guys were the managers on teams become great coaches.
That's
you
right.
know, I mean,
Yeah, backup catchers
Yeah.
make the best
Oh, they're-
baseball
yeah,
managers.
absolutely.
Don't they? Yeah, there's a.
I don't think that Mayo Smith played baseball. I'm just
yeah,
it's a guess.
We-
I'm not having known Mayo.
right.
He was a happy drunk as opposed to Billy Martin.
Billy.
that
Billy.
Billy was
Ready
a good,
to
Billy
fight
was a good
at
show.
any turn.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that was one of my favorite little 5-minute talks was Clyde King.
Clyde King.
Clyde King.
There
Just
you go.
just tell me what that Steinbrenner Martin whole situation.
Right.
Was it the Seinfeld episode? Was it really Seinfeld?
Yes.
And oh man.
So
fun
the-
stuff.
The Tigers were obviously not nearly as bad in May as they should have been. I mean, lots of injuries,
Horrible bullpen.
horrible bullpen. How many one-run games did they lose? How many games were they winning going into the eighth inning that they gave up the ghost on? I mean, if they had won,
21
if they'd won
losses.
7 games instead of 4 games, we'd be right there. And it's still fairly likely that the Tigers can win this division
Oh, the division's horrible.
if they stay healthy.
Yeah. Again, and what I like right now on this run that they're on is they're doing it without Glaber Torres in the lineup. Because remember, that was kind of the key factor
Right.
when Glaber was in. They had a winning record and all that. And when he was out, they were horrible.
Well, how
right
you
now,
Lee- how you Lee has turned out to
that
be-
guy, I'm telling you, he's a solid player. I really starting to like him.
That's where the difference really is.
Little
you go
pop
to, you
in
go
his
to a game
bat.
a month ago, and it was Zach Short
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Jemai Jones.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you had 3-4 guys that weren't hitting that everybody is like, when is someone going to get healthy to come back? And then, on the Tiger Twitter, all they were talking about is when are they going to give Valencia and Melgary a shot? I like Melgary. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but I like that kid.
Yeah.
I would have no problem doing what they did 2 years ago. I still say trade Skubal. They got enough pitching, trade Skubal.
Well,
Too hard to let him walk.
I agree.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
this
think
has been,
you do, too.
They don't talk about it at all on 97 won the tickets.
He went.
The other interesting thing that came up is, though, and it's starting to get floated out there, the Tigers, trade Skubal, but still buy
On the other
some
end.
other
Yeah.
players.
Yeah.
That's what I would suggest.
That's it,
what
yeah.
I'm saying.
And the whole idea, if the Padres continue to fall, to go get Miller.
Oh, that would, yes.
I can't believe they said he was on the block again or available again. It would,
Well,
it would take a hell of a lot to get
I don't
him.
think the Padres said that. This is sports writers looking at it.
Right.
But think about this. That obviously we went through one of the worst months of baseball in the history of Tiger baseball, and that's saying something. Right?
That is.
But you're talking the Mets and the Padres have $100 million more in payroll than the Tigers have this year, which is the highest Tiger payroll in history. Let's be clear about that.
Yep.
and they both blow.
Yes.
I mean, how would you like to be a Mets fan? It's unbelievable how bad this baseball team is. And the Padres, I mean, how would you like to see a series of games between the Padres and the Mets for the next month?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
All-stars, guys. I mean, Soto's not even hitting. And Manny Machado's hitting 190, and he's like the third best hitter on the Padres. It's
Tatis has like 4 home runs, maybe.
it's just
That one doesn't make any sense either. I mean, the tough thing here is, like you just said, you've got rental players that are big like that
Right.
teams would want to dump. I mean, the whole rumor with the Padres and Miller was just simply because they're under 500. So, I mean, for the Mets to be paying Soto and get 2 years of sub 500 out of the Mets are horrible.
Yeah, because the Padres are 1 game under 500 now, so they've had a little rally. But like you said, the Mets are 14
horrible.
games under 500.
yeah. They hired them. They fired the manager and did nothing. Like, at least when the Phillies fired their
Yeah.
manager,
Yeah,
they
got a
they
bump,
turned on
man.
the Jets.
Yeah, they sure did.
So, yeah, it's a crazy baseball season, and
Getting swept by the Mets looks really bad now, doesn't it? God. Wow. It's not who you play, it's when you play them.
Yes,
yeah. We've got some messages from our very fine partners. We will be back to talk more. We never talked about 2 weeks ago, guys, and maybe it's stupid to talk about now, is that Dusty May, I don't know if you knew this or not, but he left the University of Michigan as a national champion. Back after these on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Faceoff, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. is a dive bar, but they have incredible chicken wings.
Oh, see, I know you.
Well, yeah, no. Welcome back to Friday Face-Off here on Up North Sports Radio, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Jerry Coyne, Rich Calkins, Gordon Miller. And the only reason why I brought up Dusty May, which actually that story happened so fast, it was surprising yet kind of not surprising. If you'd read the tea leaves, Gordon, and he hadn't signed his contract, I evidently ran into a couple of the guys from Dallas at the Chicago college, whatever you call it. Yeah, the summer camps or pre-draft workouts is what they call them.
Right.
And kind of floated the idea out there.
Yeah, when those contracts lay on your desk for weeks and weeks and they don't get signed, here's your sign.
Yeah,
and Michigan could have matched. The money wasn't the issue. So
no, it's not. It's the crap that's going around in college basketball. Oh, surprisingly, it looks like they're kept every one of these players.
Yeah,
I was just going to say nobody left.
Nobody bolted, although they still have. Actually, the window doesn't officially open for them until July 28th.
Okay, so we'll see.
It's about you get 15 days after your coach signs, the new coach signs his contract. That's when the window opens.
Okay.
They do have a rule.
Well, that's the only one.
That's the rule. One rule.
Yes.
One rule to world. But
But you can't bet on football.
Their player personnel guy
Sorsby,
just headed to Dallas. So they didn't lose much of the staff, but they lost the player personnel guy who was with May down at FAI,
down in Boca.
The FBI.
Yeah.
So, and I guess both
FIU,
Morez and Yaks both had big games last night. They played against each other in the summer league.
And they interviewed him on SportsCenter late last night, and I watched. They were yucking it up, having a good time. I mean, it was kind of fun to watch.
Did
this guy
mention that he got screwed by Dusty? That he should have been the pick and not?
No, he did not. But to me, as a captain, I was kind of shocked by that, to be honest. But obviously, they like something that Johnson could do a little more than Yaks.
I don't know what that would be.
I don't know either. But
he's younger, but
he doesn't have an offensive game polished at all.
No.
I mean, I know.
Maybe they don't want somebody to be polished with Cooper Flagg running around,
right?
And Kyrie Irving. They don't need it. I don't know if they're going to deal Kyrie or not. It's kind of
or if he's going to play.
Well, why wouldn't he play?
Has he been healthy?
No, but he missed all last year with an ACL. He should be fine.
He should be coming back this year.
He should.
All in theory.
He's been hurt since he
Marcus
played.
Sasser came.
9 total games.
I mean, their problems are solved. That is the sneaky big news with Sasser going to Dallas, don't you think?
What are they going to do at point guard now?
Yeah.
Bring back Dennis Schroeder.
I would love.
You know what? That's a pretty good idea, especially if he's got to go. If LeBron goes back to Cleveland,
right.
Schroeder's got to go.
Right.
I would love to see him back as a Piston.
Heck yeah,
he was great.
Right, and what he brings to the game offensively is a penetrator, ball kick out type of guard, which
that's who they drafted.
They don't really have, right?
That's the player that they drafted.
Oh, Corey,
I guess he played okay last night. I did not see it.
I didn't either. I didn't. I just saw the stat
20
line.
points on 16 shots.
Yeah,
but the Sasser thing was kind of confusing because you kept thinking that if he just played, he'd be okay.
Because when he played, he looked all right, But
it's
again,
like
there's
Paul Reed, it just takes years for these guys to get an opportunity.
It's going to be very interesting. I don't know if they're going to get this other move. Kevin Durant.
No.
I'd love it.
I'd love just get Murphy. Just get Murphy.
Well, okay.
I mean,
but the way people are talking about outside nationally, I think 97.1 is so hyper focused on they didn't do anything.
It's been a week. It's been a whole week.
Well, it's been 3 weeks, but
it's trade deadline's done.
Yeah,
it's over.
Is it?
Yep, July 1. That was it. No more trades.
All right. Okay.
They're final.
So there you go.
You did see that the league is holding up the Kyrie trade. The Kawhi trade.
Until still investigating.
Well, they don't have to. Toronto could take responsibility. The league will let them go ahead and let that trade go through if they take the responsibility for whatever fines or things get passed out.
Toronto said they won't.
No, that's not what they said.
They said
Toronto said, we still want the trade to happen. That's all they said. They didn't say, we're going to approve it. We would love to have Kyrie.
Yeah, right.
I'm
We
just
still
saying,
want it to happen.
Right.
But if word came down that he was going to be suspended for a year, there's no trade.
Well, I don't know what the league is doing about that trade because they said they'll have the answer in 2 weeks. I don't know if they're going to let the trade sit there for two. That's what they said on SportsCenter this morning.
Which, by the way, locks up those two teams for any movement right now, doesn't
Right,
it?
and they were just concerned about being paid in loonies. Is what their major concern was.
You know, I was really hoping at one point early on that the Lakers were going to sign Jalen Duren to an offer sheet.
I know.
Just so
But then once
you could take the full time. It's like only 3 minutes left to decide what they're going to do.
Well,
But
what's
once
the status?
Kessler got,
Okay,
I'm like, oh, he's going to go there for sure for a lot cheaper than Duren.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to see him locked up. I mean, you sign a restricted, you should be penalized, which is what they're trying to do. It's like, all right, well, then you're restricted right now.
So you
can't
can't
sign
make
anybody.
another trade now until the trade deadline in February.
No, they can. I was just kidding about that.
Oh, okay.
No, they just made a trade.
That
Karis LeVert.
Yeah, they did. They
Yeah.
dumped him on to.
They didn't dump him. We got.
I can't believe
We got Michigan Spartan
Yeah,
legend Gary Harris.
Gary Harris. I can't
And I
believe
was
he's still in the league.
I assume he's going to get bought out and
I
waived,
think so,
but
too.
Prince was a nice addition. They've got 5 guys now that shot better than 40% from 3.
Yeah, and it looks like Duncan's going to stick around.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Which made more sense than just releasing
they've just
him.
got some
Didn't
interesting
make any
pieces.
sense.
What will probably happen, and what the smart thing to do is, they're going to go through camp where they're going to see how these pieces all fit together, and nobody has more cap room or draft picks to do something inside the league than the Pistons. From a national perspective, from Sports Illustrated and The Athletic, both talking about the Pistons, wait and see. The Pistons are not going, go ahead and scream at Trajan that he didn't get Trey Murphy.
Right.
Well, according to all reports, New Orleans is not interested in trading Trey Murphy right now.
Is that right? We don't have anything to go by because no one's getting Trey Murphy right now.
Right now. So, whether this is, let's see what happens with the Pelicans are in the same boat. Let's see how Trey Murphy plays with Zion Williamson. Would you trade for Zion Williamson?
I don't think he would fit. I mean, having watched Zion since the 1 year in college,
Yeah.
those tickets were $5,000 a piece when he played that 1 year. And the best part about that was the Carolina game. The Carolina game was a $5,000 get-in.
Yeah.
Every celebrity's there. Griffey's over here. The Mannings are over there. I think Obama was at the game, and you're saying
Obama was at the game.
right, was at the game, and you're right. He was sitting on the first row of the chairs.
That's right. He was at Duke,
and then Zion blows
No.
a
To
tire.
that shoe, right? His foot comes right out of
27
that shoe.
seconds, and he's out for the rest of the game. And everybody had paid to see Zion play against Carolina, and you're just looking around at all these people saying,
But how often have you seen that?
I sold those tickets over there. I hope you're enjoying yourself. These were free from the radio station, but I wasn't going to miss it. But, the thing was, in college, just the body, the build that he had is Charles Barkley-like. So, that butt basically...
Oh, yeah.
And the way and the
Well, he played like an Amazon.
and the impact of the height and everything that he can get, but he hasn't. What I've seen with New Orleans is he hasn't blended into being part of a team.
Well,
When he's in, everything's going to revolve around him. There's really no
he
offensive.
can't pass and
there's
he
no
can't
flow.
shoot.
Right.
He goes to the whole hard. He does play a lot like Barkley, but Barkley actually had a shot.
Yeah.
Zion
And Zion, he's an
never-
explosive athlete, but like you said, there's some
He
finer
never-
things to
yeah.
the game that he just doesn't have.
Yeah.
He never improved his shot. His free
No.
throw
Yeah,
shooting
that's-
is
He's
not.
too easy. He's in New Orleans. That Cajun food is good.
It is.
Yeah.
He's
Beignets.
trimmed down now.
He actually
He finally
played-
got a chef or
No,
something. I
he played,
believe.
he played the second half of the season. Played most of the games. Played
Because he lost the weight.
reasonably well.
Yeah.
Jeez, he was.
But the
carrying.
thing is that he even when he lost the weight, he still played very physical, and you're not sure like how much weight can you lose and still play like that.
Right. Ask Serena.
We've got some messages from our very fine partners. One of those partners is Shanty Creek. There's a lot of great golf. I played Cedar River on Sunday, guys. Course is in fabulous shape. I love playing that. We just over the 4th of July weekend, you could play they had the 90 for 90 deal where you play 90 holes for $90. Well, you'll still be able to do that over Labor Day weekend, September 4th through the 8th. Same deal. Play all 5 courses, card included, 3-night minimum stay, lodging deals as low as $149 a night. I mean, you cannot beat that for the great golf courses that happen at Shanty Creek. They also have a package that's running all July, and that's the America 250 golf package, which includes 2 nights lodging, 1 round of golf on any of Shanty Creek's 5 championship courses, including cart, and that room rate and golf rate is just $250 per person. So get out and play golf. The tee sheets are open. You can go to shantycreek.com to book daily rounds or any of these packages, or call 866-695-5010. Back after these on Up North Sports Radio's Friday Faceoff. Welcome back to Friday Face-Off on Up North Sports Radio, 101.1 WGRI, brought to us by TVCAirport.com. Sherry Coyne, Rich Calkins, and Gordon Miller, Miller Lending, home of the no-cost, no-fee, you don't pay, what is it? It's pretty
no
confusing.
closing costs.
No closing costs.
No closing costs. Who the hell wants to pay 50
Gimmick.
grand closing?
It's a gimmick.
Yep. 40
years of
40-year gimmick.
40-year gimmick. I'm going to get caught one of these days.
It's too good to be true.
It definitely is. It must. Just because, I can't understand.
There you go.
I can't explain why nobody does it. I don't know. I don't know why they don't, but I don't care.
Do we want to talk about the World Cup?
We could talk about the fact that the U.S. is playing with a MLS goalie while the rest of the world is dealing with
the crazy thing was
Pele
is
version
the
of
first
goalies.
save that he made against Belgium was amazing. It was the header that should have been a goal. He made a great save, and I'm like, wow, maybe this guy's going to keep this. And then he
started leaving the
horrible
net.
decision.
Do you think Pulisic really has a fracture and all the other? So that they released a medical report.
Yeah, but that didn't happen until later, I believe. Right? I mean, the whole
been battling injuries.
Yeah, he had.
And
But that whole the team, they played so different in the Belgium game compared. I watched most of
it
the.
looked like they hadn't played.
Yeah, they were tentative,
awful.
and
They
were
finally realized the pressure of what it meant to be there.
in Seattle. Super
what
loud
it
crowd.
meant,
They were into it, and they did not step up at all.
No.
At
it was
any point,
horrible.
At any point of the game, they never stepped up.
Yeah.
And it was like a Vegas dream for those guys because the line kept dropping. Like everybody was betting the U.S. The whole world was betting the U.S. There's no way they're going to lose this game. The U.S. might win the whole tournament. And they got smoked.
Yeah. And Belgium,
they were never winning the whole
they
tournament.
were so much
you watch
bigger.
Oh, God,
France
that's right.
play.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
It's
Mbappe.
It's ridiculous.
Spain this afternoon. I mean, the Final Four is going to be great soccer.
It should be.
Belgium. Look how big they were. I mean, they were huge. I mean, they had big dudes.
They play Spain today. It'll be interesting.
Belgium just, it seemed like the ball was in the U.S. side of the field the entire
time.
freaking game.
Exactly.
And it wasn't like they were playing great defensive sets. They just didn't know how to get the ball out of their own end.
Yeah.
It was
They
embarrassing.
didn't
to be
have any.
honest
They,
with you.
they
And
didn't
they-
really have anybody on the other side of midfield.
And when they'd get the ball stolen from them, anytime they tried to make an offensive play in
God.
their half of the field, they got taken from. Pulisic had the ball stolen from him 11 times.
Yeah,
I mean, that was ridiculous.
The one thing that I would say was the most noticeable because I've ended up watching a decent amount of this is just the ball possession. So
Yeah, it's
you
just
watch
like any other game.
you
Hockey
watch-
possession in
Yeah,
basketball.
exactly.
Yeah, right.
You watch these games, and an Argentina player will come up and he shields the defender. The defender's going down,
Yeah.
wide open, and all of a sudden the Argentina guy steps in, does 1 foot backwards, and he goes the other way. And with the U.S., they didn't even get to the ball.
No, they didn't.
The ball was passed again before they ever got on it.
It was so obvious. I turned it off literally 8 minutes in because to me, an untrained, I don't give a crap soccer guy,
Right.
that Belgium had a plan and the USA did not.
Yeah.
It just that's how you flatline it,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, they have no shot. And I knew, and I texted both my one guy golfer who actually played. He won the soccer state championship in New Jersey in the late '70s, and he went to Rutgers on a soccer scholarship, so he knows it.
Right.
And so I texted with him and my son a little bit, and when I didn't ever hear anything back, I'm like, well, okay.
That tells you everything you need to know.
And so
We're
I'm
good.
watching Tin Cup for the 12th time.
We're good. Oh, you can always watch everybody.
I
while
hit the
it's
7
raining.
like Daly hits the 3.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, and it's we talked about this during the Stanley Cup playoffs, and we talked about how you compared the teams that were playing, and then you compared the Red Wings against those teams that were playing. And
100%.
You said there's no way.
Yeah.
And you watched the U.S. and then you watched every team that's still playing, and it's not even close.
No.
Not even. Yeah.
Not at all.
They had fortunate draws.
Egypt and Morocco played better.
Oh,
just,
yeah. Yes.
That Egypt thing. That talk about.
Oh, how heartbreaking is that?
I mean,
Literally.
just talk about like
that Messi guy's not bad.
amazing.
He's all right.
Amazing
okay.
comebacks.
Yeah.
And Tom Brady was like, don't forget about 27-3.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
It was amazing to watch because it was 2-0 and everything that they tried didn't work, and Messi couldn't
13 minutes left
score.
to go in the game, and they
Yeah.
scored 3 goals in 13 minutes. I mean, it's just talk about. I'm trying to think of the most
Talk
furious
about a
comebacks. in
prevent
history.
defense.
Like the best one I ever saw in person was when the Pistons first started the run with Isaiah, and he scored, was it 13 points in 65 seconds to beat the Knicks, the Bernard King Knicks. The game was actually at Joe Louis Arena.
Oh, really?
Like, that game was
Okay.
over, and Isaiah hit a 3, stole the ball, scored, stole the ball again. It was just like, finally I'm playing with my 8-year-old, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not losing the game, okay?
Yeah.
And
King probably had 50.
King did
Bernard-
have it.
Bernard
I mean,
King
that was
tore that
Bernard
series
King.
up.
Bernard was a scoring
Bernard,
machine.
Bernard
Oh, my God.
King, he was one of those guys, like, he just knew how to put the ball in the basket. You couldn't
Hey,
guard him.
he woke up, he already had 10
played a little
points.
in camps against him, and he was like that. Kelly Tripucka, to a little lesser extent, the ball always seemed to just go in, no matter what you were doing
Right.
defensively or anything else. You're playing great defense, and the ball just went in.
Yeah.
He never got,
turnaround
King never
jumpers,
got
it
his
was
real deal. Well, he
automatic.
was an alcoholic. I mean, he had
Oh,
some
was he?
problems, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Was that back when the Pistons were playing at the Silverdome? Was
Yeah, but
home?
the Silverdome roof collapsed, and
Whoops.
they had to play a couple of games
Yeah.
at
Joe Louis.
Joe Louis.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
pre Palace days.
Yeah, you don't.
I
see
watched
those,
them play
You don't
there
see
a
those
couple
kind of comebacks very often. In high pressure situations.
Oh
but,
yeah,
The
exactly.
Knicks just did it, but that was to see this NBA playoff.
Oh yeah. And
had
that one
more
Cleveland
teams
game. Yeah, like
coming
how bad?
back from
Yeah.
down 20 late third quarter.
Yeah.
Where you would turn the game off?
Oh yeah,
and
you're
like,
just and you
what?
find out they won. You're what?
What?
I turned that off. What?
Happened again.
No.
That
What is
was
wrong
bad.
with me? Why do I do that?
I remember.
I pooped me all up. I did it again.
I remember waking up and trying to focus and thinking that I wasn't awake yet and that I must have been dreaming because they had done it again. And they caught him and they beat him again. It's been an interesting couple of months, but thank God it's a long summer without baseball, so we'll see what happens.
Well, you've got the All-Star break. This is the dog day week of, luckily the World Cup's going. I mean, just think about how many points the U.S. could have piled up if they just won that game.
Oh, yeah.
With nothing on,
they were record-setting viewership.
On Monday would have been, isn't that when Spain's playing? Or no, Spain's playing
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's Tigers, Phillies.
Yeah.
There's Wimbledon. Name a player in Wimbledon that's left. Coco Gauff went out. Who's playing?
Well, you still got Djokovic in center.
I haven't heard Djokovic's name. I thought he may have gotten bound. Okay. No, all right, so you got that.
He won that 5-set the other day. So
Isn't this when that 3-on-3 NBA league starts right now?
Is it? Yeah, sounds like they're trying to.
I can only hope.
Doofy or whatever it's called. I don't even know what it's called.
Well, we need something.
We need something.
Captive audience. We better take advantage of it.
I swear to God, if I turn on ESPN and see one more cornhole tournament, I am done.
They got pickleball.
They do. I've seen
There's a pickleball channel.
Yeah. Seriously.
Jeez.
One last thing, I know we talked briefly about the Pistons and everything else, but what about everything else that's happened? Like, should the Pistons try to have traded for what's his name from the Celtics?
Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
It was hard to match up salaries because.
Well, yeah, I don't know who to throw in that.
Paul George at $60 million. Right. How convenient! It's like, we got you around, so we can trade you for an asset.
So Duncan Robinson's in there, and Sasser's in there, and Karis LeVert's in there, right? So you got 5 or 6 guys would have had
just
to
match, because
right?
that's a whopper, that salary.
But I can't. Does Trajan Langan even make that phone call?
I mean, as a pure basketball move, would love it.
Something's wrong with this picture. Something's wrong with this picture. You saw Boston came out and just ripped Brown, Did
they rip him?
They ripped him. They were like in that Knicks series. He wasn't following sets. He wasn't calling design plays. He was just doing his own thing. And he was a minus 57 when he was on the floor in that series. And when you trade him to Philly,
that's the thing that gets me. I mean,
you don't know what we know, but he's going to bring your whole team down.
We're not concerned about the Eastern Conference.
I've got to watch that. An MVP of the NBA Finals.
Yes.
But for Boston to come out publicly and just immediately.
But Stevens didn't. I mean, Stevens. The way that was one of the weirder press conferences I've ever seen. You hate to lose a guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you traded him.
Yeah. All of that. Yeah.
Paul George. What is Paul George going to do for the Boston Celtics?
He's going to open up minutes.
He's going to draw a check.
He's going to draw a check.
That's what he's going to do.
Open up minutes.
Yeah.
He's making $54 million.
Oh, I know it.
Oh my God.
It's just
the one question I have. Okay, so now you got the Phillies and could Joel Embiid play 55 games? Because if Embiid can play 55 games, like the MVP of the league,
right?
That team is wildly interesting.
Oh yeah,
but what are the chances?
Look at the talent that's on there with Massey and all those guys.
They're recruiting LeBron.
Yeah,
Jaylen Brown yesterday. They're recruiting LeBron.
I'm sure the Pistons have at least reached out to Rich Paul and said, here's why he should come here.
Give us a chance.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll be surprised if he doesn't end up in Cleveland. I don't want to see it. I don't think Cleveland fans even want to see it.
Well, the problem with
because him and Harden together are terrible.
Well, they are, except for then I don't know what you do with Harden. Maybe he's not there, I don't know. But on paper, LeBron going to Cleveland makes them an incredibly dangerous basketball team.
Question. No question.
Just depends on what they got to move. Because
Harden just comes in and runs the second team, and he doesn't play, in crunch. He shouldn't be playing in crunch time anyways, because he's the worst crunch time basketball player.
Right.
That's going to the Hall of Fame that I have ever seen.
And then you see his defensive liabilities during that time too. So he should be off the court.
Exactly. Okay, we're down 3 points.
Air's getting thin.
Now we'll be down 7 points.
Air's getting
now we'll
thin.
be down 9 points. Thank you, James. jack it up. Oh, he didn't get the foul.
Kick the legs out.
Kick the legs
Oh,
out.
That's
he
right.
didn't get
You
the
know,
foul.
They're on to you now, dude.
Just now, when you get fouled, you're still not going to get the call because you keep kicking your legs out. That's why they changed the rule. It's the Harden rule.
But Caitlin Clark doesn't get it.
No, she does not. She gets people stepping into her landing zone and they don't call it.
Is there another league where she can, like there was for the golf tour, live?
Yeah,
like,
it's just
like
bad.
where
They
she can
just-
go over to Europe and make $800 million.
I can't
Play in Russia, but then she can't get out.
Yeah,
So
right.
there's that.
And
Don't
bring
take
your,
any
don't bring your
ganji in
vape
there.
pen. Don't bring your vape pen,
Yeah.
Brittany.
Speaking of golf, we've got Finding Fairways coming up on Saturday and Sunday here at 9 o'clock. We've got a great show. You've got the Scottish Open, which has actually turned into a quasi-major. If you took a look at the leaderboard yesterday, every great player on the tour is within 4 shots of the lead, and that's the lead up to the Open Championship. So we're talking about that a little bit, and some local golf courses. A golf course that I haven't played that I have to really soon is Timberwolf.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I have never played there.
Is that okay?
Yeah, so we have Gordy LaFontaine on the show.
Nice.
So check that out. You can also see it on Up North Sports Radio's on our Facebook page and our website. So if you want to watch ugly guys talking about golf, we'd appreciate you stopping along. And Gordo,
Just like sports.
anything you want to throw in before we let you go? Because
No,
we have
we're-
to do the paddler update.
Yeah, we did 104.
104.
But there has been a drop, so 103 officially.
What's
so.
going on with Wes Dean? I know that Wes and Bill had talked about
They
it.
did, and they decided they're not.
But so is
yeah.
Wes not paddling?
No, he is not.
Wow.
Not at all. He is
Okay.
taking the year off. He would do it with his dad, but they trained for a while, and they decided, no, it just wasn't going to work out.
Well, I have to reach out to Wes. We should have him at our broadcast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I'd love to get some of his
Sure.
insight
Oh,
on that.
absolutely.
All right. Thanks for that update.
Yeah.
And, we've got, and come out on Wednesday to Penrod's at 4 o'clock, folks, for the Pros and Joes. If you were listening to the very beginning of this, I'm going to be paddling again with Bill Tarango. Jeff Kolko will paddle with Mara Brigham, who's an amateur, and then there's an all-women's team.
That's right.
Virginia Parker and Adelaide Rolls. Virginia was in here. She's great.
Yeah, did a great job.
Yeah, she did a great job. So I'm looking forward to this. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's all proceeds going to benefit the Asabo Valley Animal Shelter. Back to 97 won the ticket here on Up North Sports Radio.